And Coke. Welcome to Berardi and Coke, brought to you by the Orta Know Better podcast. I'm joined by pod regular Matt Gilly. How are you getting on?
I'm all right. Half time, not quite so good, I'll say. But full time, yeah, not too bad. It's been a really weird 24 hours in football. Possibly the weirdest there's been. We've had some weird times as Leeds fans, but it's been strange. But feeling all right about the game, I think, on balance. They had the better of the first half. We had the better of the second. I think that makes a draw probably the fair result.
Yeah, maybe we could have won a couple of chances there where Tyler, a few of them, but overall, kind of take a 1-1 draw, especially the way they onslaughted us in the first half without any real clear-cut chances either, to be fair. It was more the pressure they were putting on us in the final third, I thought, really.
Even then, do you know what? I mean, I think we caused ourselves more issues than we were caused by them. Stray passes and miscontrolling, and part of that might have been the fact that they were in our faces, but I think more it was us rather than us not being brilliant, rather than them being on top of us. But you wouldn't think it to listen to Sky.
No, it wasn't one-sided at all. I think I can echo your sentiments there. We have this thing now. It's live, so we've got someone waiting in the lounge there to come in and say hello and have their view on the game.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Hi.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yay! I figured it out. What's up?
Well done. Let's go.
The sun is up. It's 2:00 in California.
Oh man, you lucky duck.
in the afternoon.
In the afternoon, yes.
Have you ever seen it that bright at 2 at night, Gilly? Have you?
Just making sure you'd realise that. I thought you were at work.
I had to come home.
For this?
Yeah.
What kind of play?
I snuck off.
Brilliant.
Oh,
that's dedication.
That is it.
I didn't have a kit either, so I had to come home. I put a poll on Twitter to see which top I should put on at the half, and I put the Rafinha third kit on, and it worked. So
nice. I like
that. Had to happen.
Did you got to watch all of the game anyway? Did you?
Yes, yeah, I did.
Oh, nice.
That first half was shocking. We missed Rafinha so much. I didn't realize his possession. I mean, I thought we had a decent amount of chances, I suppose, but what you just said, we couldn't hold the ball. We kept giving it away, taking an extra touch. Roberts and Costa were a bit painful. So. But
we do have the capability to field questions from the audience, and Smarty of PlayStation fans ask questions.
No, that's coming.
Hannah, do you want to field that one?
Oh yeah, it was definitely a great day.
Yeah,
I thought he was even before the goal. He played so well. He made some really important tackles and was super solid. I thought Struijk was a bit dodgy today. I didn't think he was super strong. So, yeah, it was definitely a red taste. Smarty, well done.
You've absolutely echoed what I said in the group chat, but there are a couple of people that will take issue with that think that Llorente didn't have a good game at all. It's funny.
What?
Our opinion, yeah.
Well, you know what I mean? I think, me personally, I didn't think he was going to get man of the match going on his first half performance. I thought Struijk played the ball out long to the wings a little better than Llorente did for a large portion of the game, if I'm honest. But I think maybe in my opinion, I think Llorente's goal has kind of given him the man of the match. I don't think he was man of the match too much, to be fair.
Oof.
I know I'm
Who was it then?
Who was it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think I'd have anyone, to be fair. It was
That's not how it works.
Hang on a minute. We've just played the champions of the country and Super League founders.
Oh, sorry. Yes. Oh, God.
For a draw, and you can't pick a good player in our team.
I can, but the thing is, they all played well, but I couldn't pick a man of the match. How's that? I just didn't think personally Llorente. I'm not on the fence. I'm not anything. I didn't think Llorente was man of the match. I didn't think he was. I just didn't think.
But you're not going to name one.
Brilliant.
I'll go with Dallas. I'll go with a safe bet and I'll go with Dallas. How's that?
That's the answer. It's Dallas or Rafinha every match, or Melier, I guess. But Melier had a bit of a, I don't know what he was doing for a few
I'll be honest with you. I nearly soiled myself watching Melier once or twice there. I'll be honest. It wasn't nice. It wasn't nice. That first one in the first half where he cut inside, inside his own 6-yard box, not even inside the 18-yard box. Honest to God, I was like, the blood drained all the way, and I was like, whoa. I was just like,
do you know who man of the match was? Wilson on Leeds Twitter. He's killing it today. He's the goat.
I think Arthur did pretty well.
Yes.
Yeah. He was very vocal.
I heard him screaming.
Not just that, but he held up the T-shirt as well, didn't he?
Yeah. I heard him screaming after that ball went off the crossbar from Patrick. He lost his effing mind. It's the best.
That's okay. You can say fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck.
There you go.
We're all right here. Maybe a bit of a sticky question, but we are in a position where there are a small number of people that are trying to appeal to a global audience from the European game. So as a fan that is in a nation outside of Europe, what's the feeling from outside Europe of what's going on? What's the perception? What's
oh my God, my cat's trying to make an appearance. Sorry. So I probably got about 20 texts yesterday that was like, what is Super League? So people are actually paying attention to, are you serious right now? Paying attention to what's going on. It's tough because, all the sports out here are all franchises and it's all closed. And I'm sorry, but it's they're definitely paying attention to it. And I think the overall consensus is they're not into it. I think it sounds like from an American standpoint that it'll be fun to see the teams that are really well marketed in the United States all playing together, because everybody here is Chelsea, Liverpool, Tottenham, Man United, Man City, Barcelona, Real Madrid. It's like all the top teams. That's all anyone here cares about. And it's actually been really nice because the past couple of seasons with, I don't know if it's Twitter, the internet, and just we're buying more rights out here to show more games on just basic television. People actually knew who Leeds were when they got promoted. And I have a lot of friends here that are like actually starting to support like Leeds. And the whole thing with Leicester that happened a couple of seasons ago, everyone's like, maybe we shouldn't only watch these top teams. There's actually some decent clubs that are outside of these top clubs that I could take interest in. And I like their story and their team and their fans. So I think they're realizing that this is potentially taking away from it. But at the same time, I mean, we love stuff like the Super Bowl here. And it's basically like the Super League would just be like the Super Bowl all the time. So it's a little bit up in the air. I think people that actually respect the sport don't like it, but people that view it as a product and entertainment like it.
Yeah, no, that's fair. So, Carl, you're foreign.
Yeah. I could
swim
from home. That's how foreign I am. I could swim.
You're foreign.
Go on. I'm interested to see where this question's going.
No, I'm just saying. Do you have some input? Are you going to say?
Oh, right. Okay. Oh, right. Yeah. Well, personally, I don't particularly want it on board because the Champions League is lovely in the sense that you can be drawn again. Like you could be Baku FC or whatever the case may be, and you could get AC Milan at the San Siro, and when that place is full, it'll be full for a Champions League game, and then you'll get a full crowd at your game. But that might never happen again, and there's always that bit that when you're in that draw and you're like, geez, we could get anyone here. This could be class.
Yeah.
That's all gone with that league. It's like I've no interest in watching Liverpool play Real Madrid 3-4 times a season. I just want to see them playing like that. The game that they knocked Liverpool out there recently. That's more entertaining because they haven't played them in nearly 10 years or something. So it was always going to be a good game, you know. But to make it frequent like that, I wouldn't have any interest in that now, to be honest with you. And I watch a lot of football, but I think I just have to pull the plug on that one myself now, if I'm honest, because it just takes the fun and enjoyment out of the randomness of a draw.
It loses the whole appeal.
Yeah. Like even Juventus and AC Milan, that's a massive game in Italy, and to take that away, that's like taking Rangers and Celtic out of Scotland. You know, it just doesn't. That league just doesn't work then.
Yeah.
It doesn't. And then,
well, I don't know. If you take Real and Barca out of Spain, you might actually make the league better.
Well, it's not as one-sided.
Maybe not. Maybe better is the wrong term, but certainly more competitive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's for me. My perception is that for Valencia, Deportivo, the maybe not so much Atletico that are flying at the moment, but you take the two big teams out of there that have traditionally taken a lot of the revenue streams and so on in the game in Spain out of the equation, and you create a more competitive league. But if in our league, you're talking about 6 different teams going. Won't feel like the same league.
Yeah.
We do have one comment that's coming from Facebook user. It's not come through with a name on there. I don't think anyone stood out tonight, but I think we all put a shift in and matched them over 90 minutes. I think that's probably quite fair.
Yeah.
I think Llorente edged it, but
I would... All right. Okay.
Right. So no, I mean, yeah. From my perspective, I mean, we've covered the game. Looking forward, do you think that if we get to a situation, is it 1 or 3 games that Cooper's out for?
Just 1, isn't it?
I think it's just the 1. So the question is, if Cooper and Rafinha are both available for the next game, Hannah, I'll come to you. Who plays?
Cooper, and if Cooper's in, he's... Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah. If Cooper's in, if Cooper's back, straight in.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm assuming Rafinha will come in, but who does he come in for?
Costa.
You think?
Yeah.
Straightforward.
Yeah. Like Costa was very hot and cold tonight. Like, I don't think at any point he was able to have a solid 10-15 minutes where he was on it. Like, granted, it was 1 or 2 balls here and there, but it was very sporadic from him. Like, so I think Rafinha comes straight back in there. There's no question, in my opinion.
Yeah, we missed him a lot.
We really did.
Yeah,
we really did. I think the way that the game went showed that he's become very important to us. Early on in his appearances, I used to get frustrated with him because he'd give the ball away in daft locations. Rather than further up the pitch when he's trying stuff, he was trying it a bit too deep. But he's been brilliant since then.
And I feel like he does so much, and he can always run at him, and he's never afraid to run at him, and he beats him most of the time. But I feel like the energy just gets everybody going. So as soon as he gets the ball, everyone knows, all right, I need to fucking book it and get up there with him. So it's just everybody just turns on. I feel like even Roberts has better games. Like everybody, the defenders have better games. I think Calvin missed him today. I don't know. He seemed off today. So,
but if you're a defensive centre mid that's missing your outlets, Jackie was a bit off it, but he missed the City game. So is it okay for him to be a bit rusty? I suppose, but I don't think that really made enough of an excuse for him. And Rafinha being there meant that hitting the 2 wings, he was looking for players that weren't the players. He's used to Jackie being a bit more dynamic than that, and he's used to Rafinha being there, and they weren't. There's just another question coming. So Hannah, I'm going to ask you this one, and hopefully you'll be able to answer this one. What do you think? Is there an argument for Pablo to start over Roberts?
I think that's tough just because he's been out so much. But, I mean, I think it's worth giving it a shot. We know we're safe, right? And how bad could he be? You can sub him off at the half, right? Like, he can't be any worse than what they kind of did today. I think I don't know.
They got drawn against the champions.
I know. I'm so positive.
And I'm the one who has trouble picking a man of the match.
I'm so positive. No, I think it's worth the effort, especially if he's going to be gone at the end of the season and the amount that he's done. And we know he's capable. I just think he might be a little bit rusty. I mean, Jackie was rusty with one game off, so.
That's
I don't know
true,
how.
but,
I feel like they should have brought him on at like the 75th today.
Yeah.
I think bringing him on last 4 minutes. But
comment from Smarty.
there you go.
Yeah. See, I was the same. I thought Pablo should have come on about 50th minute myself personally. I have it wrote down there. I said, just get Ian or Pablo on. Just change it up a bit. I thought Ian did really well when he came on.
Yeah.
I was very happy with how he played. Like, he was very direct. He was getting at them in their box. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a dynamic player.
Yeah. I thought Jota was bossing that midfield for a while today. He was getting the better of Dallas here and there, and he was getting the better of Calvin. And his turn today, Jota's, was just lightning quick. It was lightning quick. Every time he got the ball, it was just gone. It was we couldn't read him today. Nobody could get near him for a long time. Like,
no, he's a good player. He is a good player,
Yeah.
and you know that he commanded a decent fee, didn't he? But I think from there was one episode as well, and do you know what? I love Dallas, and he's playing really, really well at the moment. But he didn't have to get old manned by Milner. There were a couple of occasions. That one when it was the near side throw in, and we were tracking him. We were all over him, and then all of a sudden he had 10 yards on him, and you're like, how on earth did he do that? And it was just a case of, but
he got in the box well for that one as well, didn't he, Milner?
Yeah.
And that was a dangerous.
We know he's a top player.
Yeah.
He's a very experienced player. He's a top player, and he's played at all levels. So it's not a surprise that he's capable of doing that. And you said that Dallas has gone to learn. I think he turned 30 today, didn't he? he's not got that much. He's not got that much room in his career left to build up. But he's playing really well. I'm not knocking him. He's playing really well.
He's been at us for 6 years now, Stuart Dallas. Like, that's a long time when you think about it. He came when we had that Kappa kit with no sponsor on it. Like, that's a long time ago. Paveda to start over Costa from Jay. What do you think, Gilly?
We spoke about his dynamism. He's dynamic enough, but to me, it plays a little bit like Alioski does when Alioski plays forward. He's a disruptive influence. He doesn't let a team settle, and he's not bad on the ball. But I think from a perspective of experience and closing down, I don't know. Is he a bit too raw to play against the Scum? I think maybe. I think if it was a game that didn't matter to us, if it was West Brom end of season, yeah, absolutely. Get Gellart in, get Drama in. We can bring some of them in, and Paveda can start in that game. And really, if we lose 3-1, 4-1, at that point, who really cares?
I don't think it matters really.
But yeah, when you get right down to it, I think I would probably go with experience over youthful exuberance for this one.
Yeah, I'd like to see him get more time against Scum, if I'm being honest, because I genuinely think he could cause problems. They like, you can see they don't have the fitness that we have. To be fair, now they did play quite well against a newly promoted side the first time we played them. So, but that was to be expected as well. Like, you know what I mean? We weren't going into that game delusional, think we were going to win it, but we're going into this game now. We went into the Liverpool game tonight, and I even went in thinking, that's it. Like, we can have these tonight. Like, there's no, they're there for the taking. And I honestly feel that we're going into the game against that lot with the same attitude, and I think we're better prepared now. That lot, yeah. I think we're better prepared this time around for that lot over the Pennines. I think we're better.
I can't have
Definitely.
what happened last time happen again. I can't. I was on a podcast for we were on Zoom. What's Jay-Z's agency that started working with us a few months ago? They put together an event for us, and like Jermaine Beckford talked to the fans and stuff, and we all live stream, and we're sat on a live stream watching the Leeds Man U game, and it was just, I think most of us turned it off after about 40 minutes.
Oh, no.
And I'm going to Vegas this weekend to meet up with Leeds fans to watch the game at the weekend. So
oh man, I saw that post on Twitter about that.
There's about 30 to 40 Leeds fans going to be there.
And is that from a specific group of Leeds fans?
Yeah, it's from that West Coast Whites supporters club that I'm on in SoCal.
That you're on?
Yeah, I'm the secretary.
There you go. You see, I thought you might want a little plug in there. So I've just dropped a note in there actually, because I'm afraid, Smarty, we have a new league leader, which means it's no longer Smarty.
He's gonna be pissed.
Smarty was on 17 points, and Bren was second on 15 points. And you get 3 points for, in fact, hang on, let me just switch. He went for a 1-1 draw and gets the full 5.
Oh, Smarty is sick as a small hospital. Oh,
Mez gets 3 points, and Bren, who you will also know from PlayStation, is Beej. He's clear at the top of the league. Wow. The only people to go for a draw, Luke and Bren.
Well done.
What did I get again?
In fact, Smart is dropped to third because Luke goes in front of him as well.
He's going to fuck off to a Super League.
I don't know if Luke's about. I think we might have had a comment by now if he had been.
Yeah, no doubt. So, looking forward, like you were saying, to the Man U game, we had a bit of a chat about it there. Who do you think we should probably watch out for? Do you think will they start Cavani against any of our back four, or will they bring him on as a sub? I'd like to think they'll try and hammer at us, but we'll catch them on the break.
I'll let you take that one.
God. I feel like they're going to run at us. I feel like they're going to be dicks. Right? Like, how can they not? And I don't know. I hope Cooper steps up no matter what happens if he starts.
So Jay's just messaged and said that he's not available for the scum game.
Fantastic.
Was it 2-game ban, is it?
I thought it was 1 or 3.
He got the fucking ball.
He did get the fucking ball. And do you know what really, really annoyed me about that? Is tonight we heard from the commentary team that it was okay that the Leeds player got caught because they got the ball. Well, hang on a minute. We heard that it wasn't in the last game.
They can't make their minds up. They're as indecisive as the rule itself.
That's what's bullshit about VAR. Like, if you're going to set up this tool and say the tool is the ultimate answer and then be inconsistent with how you're analyzing it every week, like, what the fuck? I would rather have some fucking ref in the middle that does the best that he can based on his eyeballs than using this tool that you say is going to fix everything and is shit. Like, what's the point? It's awful.
But you know what? It's the tools using the tool. That's the problem. And it's never going to get solved unless they start putting ex-players in the VAR room, in my opinion.
Yeah. These
guys who've never played the game are making decisions off the back of what they feel is a good decision, when a player can look at it and go, get up, carry on, will you? That's not a foul. Sort it out. Just put players in charge of VAR.
Yeah.
Be done with it. Put Gary Neville in charge of VAR after today. Give that man the Prime Minister's fucking role, will you?
I know. I have Twitter open.
Put Gary Neville in charge of the FA.
Fucking
everything. In charge of the league support, league system, all of it. I hated him as a player, but he's absolutely spot on in everything he said.
I guess Klopp's just gone after him in post-game interview.
Oh, has he?
Just went after Gary Neville, and they went back on Sky. They went back to Gary Neville, and he's like, "I don't know what I'm living in Klopp's head." So that's kicking off right now.
I see. I didn't understand why he had an issue with the T-shirts. The T-shirts were clearly an attack on those trying to steal our game. It's not against his players. It's not against the manager. They've not been party to these decisions. Klopp told us he found out yesterday. So why is he taking personal a T-shirt that's a stance against the people trying to steal the game?
Yeah.
Prick.
I think he'd taken a bit of an objection to the earn it on the pitch thing.
Yeah.
Because I think that's what fucking.
Yeah, but if he doesn't agree with that, then he's part of the problem. You should earn it on the pitch.
Yeah, but I think
his
issue is that his team have earned it on the pitch, and I think that's
what is not something that should be seen as a slight to them. That's him just being a dick, isn't it?
Oh, I'm totally in agreement with you, Gilly. But I'm just saying, I'm trying to be impartial here and just go maybe for a split second.
Get off that fence. I've had enough of it.
Fence. I couldn't build a fence that I could sit on long enough. Jeez. Oh man.
Brilliant.
Yeah. So I overall, I think we deserved a draw. I think we did quite well in the final third in the second half. I thought our final ball needed a little bit more work. Jackie Harrison maybe could work on that a bit. I don't want to slate him because obviously he's missed a game or two and kind of lost a bit of form, after Christmas or whatever. But just sort that little side of it out. Get Rafinha back in for the scum game, and I'm sure Hannah will be absolutely over the moon to see Raf back in the team. I think we'll be all right then. I really do.
So I'm going to put you on the spot now, Hannah.
Oh, shit.
The next game that we have, predictions on score?
I'm going to say 3-2.
3-2 Leeds?
Yeah.
I'd like to beat them by more, but if you offered me, I suppose I'd take it.
Did you say 3-2 Leeds?
I did.
You did?
Ooh, that's brave, isn't it?
So we don't have betting here except for in Vegas, right? Like I can't make a bet anywhere unless I'm in Las Vegas. And I guess Nevada. I think you can in Reno and then
even online and stuff?
No, yeah, you can't do online betting. They just started it in New Jersey, but you can't do it online at all. It's good because I have money because I can't do that because I would make stupid decisions. So when I come
to play in Vegas.
Exactly. When I come to England, there's a coral literally 5 feet from my aunt's house. And every time I go, every bet that I make is 3-2.
No.
Every single one. And I usually get money. So
why not tell your auntie to put that bet on for you?
No, because then I don't have money.
Okay.
Do you know I have to pay $1,000 to fly out there. And then I have to pay for the train from London to my aunt lives up in Harrogate. And then I have to pay for all the booze and the food and the cheese and the chocolate and the crisps and everything that I can't have. And then all the gambling. And then I spend 150 pounds to go see Leeds. So
there you go. It's not a wasted trip, really, is it?
No, it's the best trip. And I spend 100 pounds in the Peacock. I'm just kidding.
That's how it's done. We've just had a comment from one of the other OKB regulars. So, if you have a look through our home record against the franchise clubs, we drew 1-1 with Man City on the 3rd of October. We drew 0-0 with Arsenal on the 22nd of November. And looking through, that was away. We've drawn with Liverpool tonight. We drew with Chelsea at home. We've still got Scum to come. And we've still got Spurs at home to come. So, in terms of the Super League sides, we're not doing all that well at Ellen Road.
Super League.
And we've beaten one of the franchise teams away as well at their own.
We've 10 men against 12.
Yeah. There you go.
12.
Stick it to them. You're all right. Yeah.
So do you know what? I'm feeling probably a little bit more positive than we should be about the next one. But do you know what? They might not be in the league by then. We've got absolutely no idea what is going to happen between now and next week. We just don't know, do we? Anything could happen from this point on. anything could happen.
30-point deductions.
But none of this is written. If the directors of the clubs in the league system vote against them to the tune of more than 75%, they can be expelled from the league systems.
Mental.
It's just this is the situation we're in. L9 in the rules states that you can only enter certain competitions, and the 7 competitions, they're all named explicitly. And if you enter a competition that's not ratified, from that perspective, you can be expelled from the league.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Do you know? I'd prefer it if they just relegated them all to League Two. That's what I prefer.
But that's then not fair on the teams that would have been promoted into League Two.
Yeah, but imagine when the crowds are back, the income for them teams that are going to be getting away fans.
It'd be even better in non-league.
Huh?
It'd be even better in non-league.
Well,
Kick them out of the league system and get them to come back in again.
Okay. If you want to do an AFC Wimbledon on it, then
you know what would be really good about that is you only promote one of them at a time.
That's Super League right there. There it fucking is.
That's twisting the knife right there. That is
like cage match.
Yeah. But you know, it helps all of those teams in that system at that level as well.
You know, just went a little further than I did.
I'm only thinking about them, you know.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking, just not that low.
Not malicious at all.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Never.
Not at all. No, it's all goodness with Gilly.
Just the fucking audacity to say, "Hey, we're too good. Actually, we're gonna make our own league. Go fuck yourself." Like, who do they think they are?
So it's all, people talk about, it's all about money. Well, no, it literally is all about money. It is purely, when they're talking about the big 6, they're talking about the ones that make the most revenue, and the ones that make the most revenue are the ones that are the most marketable, and those ones are the ones that American investors want to get involved in. JP Morgan putting up $6 billion, I think it was. It's just an insane amount of money that those clubs just get given in order to invest in their infrastructure in order to help other clubs.
How's that helping other clubs? Like, come on, like you couldn't, like that. Anyway, I can't. Like, I just don't understand how they can justify it, and especially in the current climate that we're in, they're actually trying to justify it. Like,
it's sick. It's sick. It's
disgusting.
Really that's what's frustrating too. So there's this guy, I don't know if you guys know about him, called Alexi Lawless. He used to play for the U.S. men's national team. Yeah. And then he's been a commentator. I don't know why. I tweeted at him earlier because he's an asshole. I went through my tweets. Like starting in 2012, I started harassing this man on Twitter because I think he's such an asshole. He's an asshole. Like his input on football
is he related to Lucy Lawless?
I don't know who that is.
Was she a wrestler? Come on, Jay. Who's Lucy Lawless? Was she a wrestler?
But so he essentially tweeted today because somebody asked him, "Hey, as a pundit."
Oh, it was Ina, that warrior princess.
Oh God, no. He tweeted today because somebody asked him, "Hey, as a former player and a pundit, how do you feel about Super League?" And his response was essentially, these teams need to make money, and if they have a great product and want to market in a new way and make more money, then good for them, and I'll watch as a consumer. And that's like the most American business bullshit, pulled apart from what football is to these teams and these fans and these cities. It's disgusting. It's fucking disgusting. And he's getting reamed on Twitter right now, which I love because he's an asshole.
Nice.
But it's just so disconnected. It's not just a commodity. Football isn't a commodity. It's not.
But it is seen that way by these owners.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Exactly. That's exactly what it's seen as.
Fucking Chase and ginger bloke.
Weird little bird.
Adam's popped up there, and he said he feels bad for the top 6 team fans. I tend to agree with him there. They're going to suffer the most in all of this.
Absolutely. You look at the franchise situation, and what you're going to end up with is even if the home stadium, the home ground stays the home ground, which it doesn't have to be with the franchise. You can pick it up, you can put it anywhere in the world. And even if the names stay as the names are, what you'll have is a team that, if they are expelled from our league system and they continue down this path, will be playing against the other teams that are in this new so-called Super League, that are then playing each other on a consistent basis and flying over to another country for every away game. So every other game will be in a different country. And how you're not going to be able to be in a position where the fans that have followed those teams are able to keep up with the demand of the cost associated with travel, never mind anything else. How can a Man City fan that lives close to where his team play and has done all of his life or her life then be expected to go, right, okay, well, next week I'm gonna go to Turin, and then the week after it's going to be a home game, and then I'm going to go to Barcelona and Milan. And you know, it's just completely. It just shows the absolute disdain by which the owners view the fans. They're absolutely irrelevant.
Yeah, they don't matter.
And the thing is, Giddy, with the point you're making as well, there you can guarantee they're not going to play all the games in the home stadiums either. These games are going to be played in Qatar, China, the US, all over the place, Japan. You watch it, man.
That's all the Far East. They're mad for the game.
Yeah.
This is the thing, man. Basically, they'll play a certain amount of games in Europe, and then they'll take the circus on the road then, and that's it. Then everyone just has a great time. It's not even a great time. Can you imagine them players like half the year away from their wives and girlfriends or whatever, and families and stuff like that? They're going to be gone half the time, like. Yeah. They're not going to be around Europe. All these players thinking they're going to be playing all these games, either home or away in Europe, are absolutely fucking delusional, because that thing is going on the road and it's a pure circus. That's all it is. It's
like when they come out here. It's like when Chelsea and Liverpool and whatever come out to the States and they do a game in LA and they'll play Cruz Azul or Club America or something like that. It's a trope. It's daft.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. And do you know what? Because that's the way that it will feel. One, the players won't be turned on by that. They want competition. They've only got to the level that they've got to by being competitive. It is in their nature, because otherwise they don't get to the top of the game for a start.
Circus monkeys.
Yeah, but the other point is, if FIFA and the various different continental bodies, UEFA specifically, because we are talking about European Super League at this point in time, if they stand by their guns and say that these players cannot play for their national side if they enter into the Super League, all you will end up with is a Messi and a Ronaldo that are touching 40, way past their prime, have already retired from international football and are going for a payday, but they don't have to go to Qatar or to China or to MLS because they can't keep up with the top game. No offense.
But no, it's literally, that's what I was thinking. It's literally MLS Part 2. Gerrard came here. Beckham came here. Ashley Cole came here. It's what they do. You get fat paycheck. Fat Frank. We don't talk about him in this household.
He's still crying.
He is somewhere. I don't know where. My freaking mom told me over the weekend that she heard that he might be taking over the England job when Southgate's done. They think he's going to take the 23s job.
Yeah, that I did see that rumored. Although I didn't know if it would just for fuck's sake, that's what he's going to do, rather than it actually being linked.
No, I don't know I don't know how I feel.
I like with that whole thing as well. I don't see how it's going to work properly. Like, I genuinely don't know how it's going to work for them. Like, they have this image in their head of how it's structured and how they want it to go. But when fans start turning away, the money isn't going to be enough for the clubs that have joined it. They're eventually going to realize that.
The problem is it will be. No, genuinely, genuinely, the money will work.
They're not going to attract players. Like, I said that China thing there yesterday, and
they'll attract mercenaries.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
if
Managers.
they can play for their national side, they will get the players, and that's the crux of it. If they can carry on playing for the national side, they will probably get the players, because you look at NFL and the appeal that it has and the number of viewers that you get, and I think it's approximately 300 to 350 million people. Is the base of individual that will watch those games, and then you look at football, and that's 4 billion people.
Yeah.
And that's a global market.
Yeah.
And you look at the Far East, where they've tried building, the Chinese league's fallen apart. It's not sustainable because they can't get the players. Yeah. They're not going to get the players. And the players that do go over there, it's Samuel Eto'o and that young lad from... Drogba went, but it was the stick-thin lad that went over from Chelsea that was a midfielder. I can't remember his name. Begins with an R. But anyway, you don't get peak players, so they don't want to watch has-beens. They want to watch the players that are at the peak of the game, not the ones that are on the decline. And therefore, what they want is the Premier League. That's what they want.
Yeah, you don't get to take the Premier League and just ship it out and make it for yourself. It doesn't work like that. And the whole beauty of the Premier League is the fucking pyramid system.
Exactly. It's that you're not guaranteed. We suffered from it more than anybody else has in recent history. It's called doing a Leeds, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, it's a phrase. Korea.
Yeah, but you know what? Ups and downs. But what really pissed me off was somebody used West Brom as an example of who wants to see Manchester United play West Brom. They want to see them play Barcelona. Well, I'm sorry, West Brom was one of the founders of the clubs of the league. If they'd have thought that way, they wouldn't have been a fucking Manchester United to exist in the fucking first place.
Yeah,
twats.
Exactly it. Like they did. There's a lot of comments going on about on Twitter as well, where I follow my team, I'll watch them anywhere, and like you said, Gilly, it's like a dude from Ghana. It's like, seriously, dude, like you're going to watch them, on your sofa.
Yeah, it's the same shit.
It's not happening. Like
that whole structure is essentially how U.S. sports are, because the United States is massive. So, I'm a huge LA sports fan. I've traveled to New York to watch the Lakers play before, but I do that once in 3 seasons because you have to pay for a flight, you have to pay for a hotel, you have to drive, you do whatever it is you have to do. It's not people don't. The biggest Dodgers, Yankees, Dallas Cowboys, biggest fans, unless you're retired and loaded, you can't just go gallivanting around at away games. Just not a thing. You cannot gallivant in the United States. You cannot gallivant in the Super League. They are exactly what it's like Disneyland. Like they don't want the home fans anymore.
Yeah.
Exactly what Jay said. It's about the tourists and the other people.
I don't agree with Jay.
I just did. The other people that are going to show up and they're going to spend $100. What's it going to be like? Are Man U going to go play at this game and bring merch? And bring kits to away games now to sell stuff? What is this?
Yeah, I imagine so.
Disgusting.
They've already hoarded out the NFL, haven't they, to England?
Hoard out. Yes.
Yeah, they have indeed, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're hoping for home fans and tourists, to be honest, rather than...
Yeah, it's just a bit she's agreeing with. Yeah,
right. Okay, don't worry about them. I think so. Yeah, I think that adds.
Don't worry about you. I thought you were all right.
Yeah, I think that adds to the circus comment. Just obviously, there's fans all over the world. Everyone supports the club that they want and all that. And there's always this: you've not been to this or you've not been there. But if they take it away from the home stadiums, then
it's wrong.
It's screwed. Gilly, you were saying earlier how these clubs are it is about money. It is really about money because these clubs, they're about to finish outside the top 4.
Yep.
And they're looking at this going, fuck me, we're going to lose billions. And they probably are. But they didn't get relegated and nearly go out of fucking business and then get relegated.
You know what? Liverpool did that to us.
Yeah,
we missed out on our Champions League by 1 point, so they can get fucked.
they can fuck off.
Yes.
But that's the thing. Like they're looking at this and they're going, "Oh my god, Jesus Christ!" Yeah, well, imagine if you got fucking relegated, lads, and minus 15 points, and then minus another 10 points.
15
And then,
points. Who gives a fuck? Super Leeds are going up. Oh my god.
that's the one.
Dark days. Dark
They were.
fucking days.
We enjoyed that, getting from minus 15 to not, like no mother.
Beautiful.
That was what a
Beautiful.
season.
Now, so you mentioned about Klopp before, and the BBC website has made available some of the wording in his post-match interview, and I'm just going to share some of it.
Yeah.
So Liverpool boss Jurgen Klopp speaking to BBC Sport. It is disappointing, of course, but we cannot say it was not deserved for Leeds. We had big chances in the first half, but didn't use those. When you concede a goal, it is not nice, but it was not that it was not deserved. Okay, you think that's fair. And then he says, I don't think I am let down by FSG. I am used to dealing with owners making decisions without. I am a football person. It is not about letting me down. I am here as a football manager. I will do that as long as people let me do that. When times are tough, I stick. Now, what he's just said there is I'm leaving the door open for myself to continue being Liverpool's manager regardless of the competition that they're in. 100% that's what he's just said.
Yeah. That's massive change to what he commented earlier on.
Yeah.
That like I'd say he's had a chat at half time with
What a pussy. What a fucking pussy.
That's towing the fucking Super Six line, that one.
So I've got a couple of mates that are Liverpool fans, and one of them had a mutual friend that I didn't really fall out with, but we had a conversation in the game. I called Klopp a hypocrite, and he was defending him. But basically, I mean, we left it on good terms, and said that we can't have any interclub rivalry. The small number of people are trying to steal our game. But what I'd said before that is give it time. If it goes through and Klopp's still our manager, then I'll agree he's a hypocrite, but I guarantee that won't happen.
Boom.
I think this fella's just been proven wrong by his manager, because I'm pretty certain that Klopp's intending to continue being a manager, because that's exactly what he said he's going to do.
That's literally so disappointing.
And but that is letting down those fans that are actually backing him.
Yeah.
You know, he's now letting down the fans. So the owners have already done that by just pissing in their faces, and now Klopp is underlining it.
Yeah. And I know Jamie Milner had some comments after the game too, where he didn't explicitly say anything, but he essentially said, I'm not a fan of it. A lot of the comments that you have seen from the fans, I am in full agreement with. So
good.
Well, he's about to retire anyway. He doesn't give a fuck.
But he's a principled individual.
Right. He is right. No, he's you know, he can only say what he can say because he's out of contract at the end of the summer.
He's going to leave. Come home.
And then like,
tomorrow.
But that's it. He can only say what he can say between now and what has he got? Another 2 months, and that's it. And he's done. He can come out and say whatever the hell he wants then. Like.
So one other question I've got for you both then. Gary Lineker has just tweeted, one issue I'm very uncomfortable with is the threats towards players not being allowed to play for their national team. The players have nothing to do with this and should not be punished in this way. These owners don't care about international football anyway. No, absolutely not, they don't. So it's about disengaging the players that want to play for the national team from these teams.
Yeah.
Don't let them buy players from other players. Take away their visas. Take away their capability to offer a platform from which these players can play, and it won't work. That's the point. Stop it happening.
Yeah.
It's not about punishing the players.
No, he's complaining about the consequence instead of the issue.
Cause. Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah. So the players that want to play for their national team go to a team that's not doing this to football.
In the Super Duper League.
It's not that hard, like.
Yeah, I mean, it is. I've mentioned it a few times, but it's the likes of Harry Kane that I really do feel sorry for. He's in a position where he doesn't want to be at Spurs. I think.
Yeah.
It'd be mad now to want to be, but I'm speaking for him. He might want to still be at Spurs, but he's now the player that scored the most goals without ever winning the title in the Premier League. He he does, I believe, want to continue targeting that Premier League record of Shearer's. It's not the top flight record because that's Greavesy, I believe, but Shearer's Premier League record is something that is attainable by somebody like Kane. It's going to be playing at that level for an extended period if he continues playing in the English game. But in effect, what his club has now done to him, what Daniel Levy has now done to him, is he's taken a situation and forced the armband and the shirt from the England side off him.
Yeah.
And that's not something that. This is why I would a bit. I think Klopp's view of things is unfair because the T-shirts from Leeds were not attacking the players. This has been done to the players as much as it's been done to the fans. They've not been involved in this. They've not conspired against the game like the owners have.
I feel like he must have had a talking to. He must have had a talking to yesterday or this morning, and he was probably tense and looked at the first thing that he could have bitched and moaned about. And that was the outlet that he went for. And he tried to turn it on Leeds, and that didn't happen.
I think he was getting very arsey towards the end of that first pre-match interview anyway.
RC. I'm so using that. I've never heard that. Oh my God.
Yeah. They'll have to pay for their own quarantine, won't they?
That's the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah. Nice one, Jay.
I think that ultimately a comment from Adam. They aren't looking for fans who love their club and have done their whole lives looking for fake fans who give them money. It's disgraceful. Absolutely. 100% accurate.
Yeah.
100%.
Disagree with that. Like it's not about the fans. It's not about the tradition of the club. Like Jamie Carragher said it on the pre-match thing on Sky Sports, where it was like, these guys, your man Henry has come in to Liverpool and he's piggybacked on the success that they've built over Liverpool, in Liverpool over time, centuries. Bill Shankly, everyone. And they've piggybacked off that and they've taken advantage of it. And this is how they've used the club to try and gain more money for themselves. It's not going, like, people are going to go, oh yeah, it's going into the club. It's not going into the club.
It's going in their back pocket.
It's in their back pockets. And there's no aspect of it going into the club. Like, the club's going to make money regardless. But anything that they're getting paid or anything like that, it's not going into the club. Like, stupid to think.
Why do I feel like Ken Bates is involved?
Do you know it does have a Bates feel to it, doesn't it? Right? It really does. Christ.
Very
so just one last question I'm going to ask you both before we finish is just, can you find anything positive to say just to end on? It's been a really negative. I mean, it's been cathartic for me. I've enjoyed it, but can we find?
I quite like these impromptu chats about mad stuff, But Hannah, I'll let you go first.
We're in the fucking Premier League, right?
Yes,
and we're like, we did great. What a season. It's been so fun. I feel like there's a little bit of a dip and like a little bit of that panic. And I love Leeds Twitter so much. I'm on there all the time and I love everybody on there for the most part, except for the couple people that are cunts. But
we don't, that's the one that we don't say.
Oh, I said it. I meant it.
You did. It's fine. Just own it.
Okay. Yeah, whatever. But it's been such a fun season. And like, there was a bit of time where everybody got super negative and started panicking. And I just feel like I never really panicked. It's just been
you mean the bit of Fulham or West Brom could still catch it?
Yeah.
Fulham have turned a corner.
Yeah. It's just been fun though. I feel like every week has been enjoyable. Like there's of course a couple fixtures that were absolutely shocking, but like from the get-go, that first time we played Liverpool was so fun. So, C-bomb, let's do it. This is what you get for letting the American on.
Own it.
I don't care. I'll say it again. No, I won't. See, you're laughing. We wanted positivity. I brought the C word.
You did. It worked. Do you know what? It's great. Fantastic.
Absolutely.
Carl, anything else to mention?
Look, it's been a great season so far. We had played well tonight to get the draw. And it's been 16, 17 years that we haven't played Liverpool at home. And it might be the last time, but these things happen. I said to a friend of mine, he's a Liverpool fan. I said, look, Leeds had probably the worst defensive title defense in a long time, but it wasn't the Premier League, and they probably won't win it for another 30 years. And it might actually come true. They might never win it again. So
never be in it again.
You got never be in it, never win it. So there you go. But yeah, no, I've loved this season, man. I've never got, like Hannah said, I've never gone into any game thinking we're going to get spanked.
Yeah.
Even though we did in a couple of games, but I never went in thinking that would ever happen.
No, I think that's what, so 2 seasons ago when we didn't get promoted, I told myself in the back of my head, I'm like, you know what? I don't want to be in the Premier League. I don't want to get whooped every week. I don't want to immediately come back down. I don't want to whatever. It wouldn't be fun. And they totally proved us wrong. And I feel like the trajectory is just up. I feel like we've been so exciting. And especially if Bielsa stays, I feel like we can make some decent signings. We have great ownership. Victor Orta is a machine and bringing people in. We're in such a positive spot right now.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I think the season's been great, and I'm looking forward to the future.
Players want to play for us now. It's great.
Exactly. Come on, DePaul.
Yeah.
I want to see you. Oh, I need him here. I'll be there. I will travel to every home game. I will do it. I will make my own Super League where I fly from Los Angeles.
You're going to be outside the hotel, aren't you?
Oh, just to see him. Jesus Christ.
Specimen, man. Specimen.
Right. On that note, we managed to pull it back to a positive, and well done. So, on that note, C words.
What about you, Gilly, man?
Yeah.
I didn't ask you. What about you?
You're calling me a C word?
Yes.
No.
I feel like I've done that before.
I think you might have done
that. What about you, man? Give us, you've got 2 minutes. Fill us in. What do you think? How's it been for you so far?
I mean, you couldn't write how well this season's gone. I mean, we all hoped and kind of expected maybe a bit strong, but we all hoped that what Bielsa were going to do was take the team that he was bringing up and make it amazing, and that's exactly what he did.
Yeah.
We signed some phenomenal players, and they've proved their worth. Llorente was easily man of match tonight.
Undecided.
Rafinha's is such a massive miss for us when he's not there. It was very obvious tonight. So it's been a remarkable season, and it's been overwhelmingly positive, and it's been really fun. There are those that said, they play too openly and too freely, and they're going to come unstuck and all of that shit. No, I'm sorry, you can take your fucking Burnleys and your fucking Big Sam West Broms. I'd rather be in a position where we've lost and won the same amount of games at home, and lost and won the same amount of games we have away. I think we've drawn 3 at home. So the balance is there. I'd take more wins and more defeats than just having more draws. It's crazy to argue it any other way. And that's just not Bielsa's way, and I love it. It's ace. It's brilliant. And one of the things I say at work is that no 2 days are the same, and that's how I need my work to be, because otherwise I just get stagnant and bored and I lose concentration, all that sort of stuff. You've got no idea what's going to happen in a Leeds game. None whatsoever. Yeah. You can't tell me exactly. Look at our prediction league. You can get 5 points for a win. The top of the league is on 20. Come on. You can't predict it.
Not at all. And I think that's why everyone has started to love us in the Premier League, because we are just unpredictable. And it's brought a bit more electricity to the Premier League. And you know what?
And it's fun.
Get Forest back up. They've won 2 European Cups. Let Spurs fuck off. Let Chelsea fuck off. Let Arsenal never won a European Cup. Get stuffed. Go on. Get bleeding. I won't get into it. Just get Forest
back
up.
Just not Derby.
No, I wasn't going to.
Derby can get
Jesus Christ, they can go and shit on a stick, them lot.
Are they going to get relegated?
I really hope so, but the problem is that if what happens, then we're going to have to bring more up, and that's going to save them.
Yeah.
Bastard.
It'd be like Villa getting saved by the lack of technology.
That'll never happen.
No, not again.
Right, we're gonna have to call it time there because we're just about to hit an hour, and all I've done is rant at people.
That's why I only give you 2 minutes.
Fun.
Good. So just thanks everybody for watching. Thanks everybody for all your questions. Hannah, thank you very much for joining us. Carl, thank you very much for sitting alongside. And Adam, thank you very much for the opportunity to jump in and save your ass because you can't afford decent internet. And we'll leave it there. Thanks very much.
Enjoy work, Hannah.
Thank you. Back to work.
Yay.
Enjoy.
Bye.
Bye.
That's so
This was good.